Hi, this is Zak Mir with the weekend edition of Crypto Mania. It's Sunday, the 19th of December, and rather quiet since the initial December fall for the major cryptos. So really consolidating in the case of Bitcoin, either side of the 200-day moving average around 46,600. The good part of this is that we're still in a rising trend channel from May. We also have the 200-day line still rising gently. The only thing which is missing, I suppose, for the new leg higher would be a break of that December resistance line around 48,400, and also for the RSI currently around well, just below the 40 level to be above 50. So bit of work, bit of consolidation to do. That means that we can't rule out a retest of the low for this month of 41,967. So there could be that retest of that area, which is also, I suppose, the late September support area as well. So easiest thing probably here is just to wait for the situation to resolve and a break of that December resistance line just under 49,000 to trigger a possible new leg to the upside, which obviously the initial target there would be up towards 60,000. But worst case scenario at the moment looking to be 40,000. Best would be a quick break of 49,000 to lead back to 60,000 by maybe over the next month or so. On to Binance, which I suppose is in better shape in terms of its relative position to the 200-day moving average. Here we've got the 200-day line well below at around 442. And while we're above that, really looking for a buy on dip situation, we've got the floor of that rising May trend channel around 476. So ideally, if there's any intraday dive to that zone, which we've had a couple of those dives both in November and early December, then that 470, 480 area could be the area this market tries to bounce off. Otherwise, the easiest thing again is just to wait for the December resistance line to break. That's around the 550 area. So end of day or a weekly close above 550 could then open up the top of the channel from May as high as $710, maybe on a 1 to 2 month time frame. Onto Ethereum, which again is sort of mirroring what we've seen in the other markets, especially Binance. So rising trend channel there from May, floor of the channel in this case around 3,700. So above that we can say the technical glass is half full. We're well above the 200-day moving average of 3,300. The view is that while we're above the 3,700 area, then we have the chance of at least retesting that November resistance line. That's around 4,550. Which gives a decent upside over the next month. If you want to see the equivalent buy trigger, then it would be a break of that resistance line there. That's currently, I suppose, that around the 40-50 level. So that's the trigger that we're looking for to then give us a new move up towards 4,500. But moment, a bit of a no man's land for this market. The RSI below 50, so that does suggest that we might need to have a few more probes towards the mid 3,000s before this market eventually gets ready for a new leg to the upside. Moving on to Cardano, and here it's all about this support line there from March. Here we can see that $1 around $1.20 is the support area, so we want to hold that really. Again, making it easy. If you're sort of waiting, doubting what's going to happen next, you probably want to wait for a break of that resistance line, the December one. 130 plus would have to be the minimum there that we see, and maybe if you're fussy up to 140 plus as a momentum trigger. If we can get through 140 quickly, then the target here up towards 184, which is the current position of the falling 200-day moving average. The fact that it's falling does give more pressure to the downside and does mean that there's a risk of a final, inverted commas, probe towards the $1 area, as we saw earlier in the year, at least pre-July. On to Dogecoin, which was given a long-awaited day in the sun on Tesla news. The spike there up towards what was that? The 27 cents area at the best. Let's say, or 22 cents area at the best. We have the 200-day moving average at around 25, and then recent resistance in November around the 27 cents mark. But at the moment, just looks as though even with that help from Tesla, this market's going to struggle to hold the 20 cents area, and we really want to see it break that line of resistance there from back in May. which is around 20 cents itself. So a lot of work to do there for Dogecoin, and you can't rule out a test of the early December spike, the actual move down towards the 12 cents area. So low teens, something like that, could still be a risk for Dogecoin over the near term. Best of the big cryptos, let's say, looks to be Solana still, even though we come back from that bull trap that we had in early November. We've got that uptrend line there from back at the end of September. That's running around the $1.50 area. Above that, we've got the chance of a move, a retest of that November resistance line around 225, and maybe that should keep this market quiet, or at least in contention for the bulls over the next month or so. Nightmare scenario, I suppose, is the test of the 200-day line around 119, but given that we didn't go anywhere near that, or we haven't gone anywhere near that for months, and seem to be quite relaxed around current levels, it would be surprising if we had any dip towards that area. But always a chance with cryptos to get a sneaky purchase off the 200-day line, just seeing it's a blink and you missed it affair. Moving on to Luna, which has got to be the prize, or win the prize for the best looking crypto of the selection today. Got that rising trend channel from back in April, top of the channel there, up towards $82. That should be hit hopefully in the next week or so. Above that, we're looking at a July resistance line projection heading as high as $100. And maybe at the current rate of progress, we could see that by the end of next month. So that's a decent looking crypto situation. And as I said, looks like the best of the bunch at the moment. Onto Matic, which isn't far behind Luna, but still not quite as chirpy. Here we've got a rising trend channel from August, top of the channel there, heading towards 275. That's the target for the next month or so, especially while we remain above the $2 area, which has been just tested over the last week or so. On to Mana, which I suppose reminds us somewhat reminiscent of Solana. Here we've got Solana, rather. Here we've got a situation where the uptrend line there is from November. That's running through the $3 area, above $3. We're looking for a retest of maybe the $4 area by the end of next month, if we can avoid any sub $3 probes. So a little range there for this market. It's almost like the right-hand shoulder up towards the $4 area. Finishing off with the Ripple, which again is a market which is relying on its early 2021 support line. And that's at 76 cents. Got to allow for down to 60, which was the brief early December low there. But really, the current range is between, let's say, 75 cents and 95, and we really want to see a convincing break outside those two parameters before getting too excited either way about this market. That's it for me today. Join me for the next update soon.